Is there an echo in here? Let's get to it. Welcome back to Eddie B TV. I am, of course, Eddie B. Nice to see y'all. And we are back at you again today for another reaction video. And today we're going to get into more of the man, Patrice O'Neal, today, y'all. All right. Well, Patrice is obviously a savior in some ways to a lot of men out there that wouldn't have known how to stand up for themselves, speak up for themselves, understand what they may have missed, what they're blowing out of proportion, you know what I mean? Teach us how to take responsibility for what we're coming up short in. And that's always what I respected the most out of him, you know? He's obviously a funny guy, but I think when it comes to relationships, he's more of a philosopher, you know what I mean, when it comes to speaking on that part of the stand-up comedy. So yeah, we're gonna get into one of him today. And this one is gonna be called A Man's Love. Well, I can only guess where he's going with this one. I mean, I've seen this special before, but you know, there's so many good bits in here that sometimes I might have lost track of maybe a couple of things that he might have said. And when I saw this title, I was like, yeah, I gotta get to this one again just to rehash a little bit of it for myself at least. But yeah, man, we're gonna get into it like I said. So Patrice O'Neal with A Man's Love. And if you like this reaction, please like, comment, and subscribe to your boy. Keep everything going. All right. Well, you know, smooth sailing the last several days, you know. Haven't had any nonsensical things happen or any mishaps of any kind. I'm just overall in a pretty good, you know, mood, you know, overall. You know, some days are better than others, obviously, but hey, you know what? Live in the moment, you know what I'm saying? Just like that Janet Jackson song that I listened to last Saturday. So yeah, man, let's go ahead and get into it. Patrice O'Neal with A Man's Love, right here on Eddie B TV. Let's check it out. Let's get situated here. Here we go.
This is a man in love. Here's the face of a man in love.
Okay. Yeah.
And the face of a woman in love is like, yay, yay, I'm in love. But the face of a man in like is like, yeah, man, I like her. Mm-hmm. And women are like, where's this going? Why does it have to go somewhere? It's just cool right now. Like, here's the best relationship in the world is when the woman loves you and the man likes her. So if I like you and you love me, that's perfection. Because I like is like when, that's when he's happy to see you and happy to hear you and you doing things that don't disrespect the happen. You lie about liking sports and you do all kind of things. I know that sounds like ridiculous, but I'll put it in vaginal terms for you.
Vaginal terms.
Because I see the faces like, huh? And then guys go, hey, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, but guys do. I speak fluent dude, man. I understand how we are. I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, ladies, how many times has there been a guy in your life, or guys where there's been men in your life who want to sleep with you, but you didn't want to sleep with him?
Jeez.
Zillions, you can't count it. So what that means, there's a philosophy there, meaning you are sexable. He wants to sleep with you, but just because you are sexable don't mean I'm sexable, right? Same thing with love. Just because I'm lovable
beautiful, man.
Doesn't mean that you're lovable too. You're just likable to me. You didn't do for me what I did for you to feel that way. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's very simple. So if you just wait for me to love you, then you'll be all right. You might have to wait a while.
Yeah.
But men don't have the option to muscle you like you muscle us. You know, you gotta either shit or get off the pot. We've been together this many months, and it's time for us to discover where. But men don't say nothing like that to muscle you, man. That's you know, I can't go, look, we've been going out for a week now. It's
That's real.
It's time for you to roll these panties down, cause it's been too long. I've been buying you drinks, and you got to either shit or get off the pot.
Oh, man. So real.
But when your woman loves you, it's very difficult to get past that, man. A woman's love is so beautiful, man. Men's love is not as beautiful. It ain't pure, because it's a work, it's job. I look at my girl laying there, I be like, God, oh, man. I want to call out sick from love. I be like, damn. But she's sleeping right there. I be wanting to give the call in sick voice. I can't make it to love you today. I gotta.
Oh, man.
But when your woman love you, man, you feel weird. I try to start arguments with my girl all the time, just so that she love me less, because she just, the way she love me is just too much. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
It's not necessary. But she loves, man. And love for a woman embodies everything. It's like,
Oh, that's where it cuts off. Okay. Yeah, man. Well, another one of those difficult lessons, man. That's why I say he was a philosopher of relationships, you know? But yeah, man, that was Patrice O'Neal right there with A Man's Love. Well, what can I unpack with this one that's gonna piss the ladies off today, you know? A lot, but hey, man, let's go ahead and go for it. You know, I don't know if I've said this before, I might have said it before, but as a young boy, at least from the time I was born anyway, I can't speak for how every parent raised their young boys, but if you're a young boy, you're raised to believe that you are insignificant. You know what I mean? It's very messed up, you know? It's very, very harsh to come to that realization, you know? I remember when I first figured it out, I was like so bitter, man. I was so angry, you know, on the border of like extremely violent minded, man, because to actually be schooled and taught how women are and what they are and what they love and how they do things, you know, I mean, you're raised to believe that you're insignificant and that a woman can save you from yourself. You know, that's what I was raised to believe. And I'm not gonna say in some part that that's not true. You know what I mean? There's some guys out there who have lived, you know, hellish lives, you know, and, you know, a good woman in their corner it allowed that man to actually take a step back and look at things from a different perspective, and he ended up becoming a better man for that. That's not impossible, you know? I'm not trying to dismiss that. But then there's all the other women in the world, you know what I mean? And it's not even close to being the same. The way a woman's love is explained to us, it's like something that we have to surrender to. That's what it's made to seem like, you know? And based on what I think of love, I don't think love is anything that you have to surrender to. I think love is something that you feel for a person, you know? That's why when he was talking about how you're just likable instead of lovable, I mean, in the most easiest way I could say it, women in this day and age, I can't speak for the past because I was born in '85, but women do not provide you very much reason to love them. You know what I mean? There's not a lot that women do to make you feel like, oh, I love this girl, you know? For a man to love a woman, a lot of time has to go by as if like you're slowly filling up a big water jug worth of change or something, and then you gotta cash it in, you know what I mean? Like, if I had one of them big water jugs and I filled it up with dimes, nickels, quarters, pennies, whatever, and then it got to the top, it might take a while to get to that point, but once I get there, okay, fine, now I can cash in this love, you know? And that's what love is to a lot of men. That's why when he said in the beginning of this, it made so much sense when he said that this is the face of a man in love. It's just like, you know, it's time to cash it in. I mean, the water jug's up to the top now. But that's the thing that sucks about it the most, is because women, you know, when they say they love a man, I'd like to believe that a man did something for them to make them love them. You know, we acted like us, so we did certain things that, you know, whatever. But a lot of those things are forced, you know what I mean? Because if a man doesn't do certain things, then a woman wants nothing to do with him. But then how would that work if that was on the flip side? That's what I think about, you know, like, then he said that you didn't do, what did he say? You didn't do for me what I did for you to achieve love, you know? And that couldn't be more true, because there's a lot of things that men desire, a lot of things that men want, a lot of things that men think about that makes me go, damn, I would love this woman to death if, you know, because that's exactly how women feel about us, you know? But when we expose that truth, we're looked at as male chauvinist pigs. We're looked at as misogynists. We're looked at as women haters and all this kind of stuff. Well, that's what a misogynist is, but you know, it's something that I had to like distance myself from a lot, man, in the last 10 years at the very least, because I got very tired of investing, you know, in something that I thought was a loving relationship. Turns out it was just nothing more than, I think Dave Chappelle said this, a diabolical leverage game. But he was referring to marriage, but that's overall what a relationship is with a woman these days. Not all women, but most women, you know, it's a diabolical leverage game. It's like, who does more for who, or who means more to who? And it's just like, there is no real relationships out there anymore, for the most part. And it's sad, you know, because if a man was allowed to be himself, you know, love would be a lot more simpler, man. And that goes for the women too, because that's why I said in other videos too, I think that women don't really love you the way that, you know, you feel that they love you. You know, if you're a man and your woman's like, I love you, babe. Oh, I love you so much. It's just like, she doesn't mean that the way that she's making it sound. You know, I believe that a woman can love, but I don't think it's a kind of love that ultimately means something profound to a man. I just think it's more like you're just settling for something because you're bitter about what you don't have. And that rubbed off on the men a lot. I don't really know how to handle it. I don't know what the vaccine is for it, but you know, man, I don't really believe in like a love that came from like the Bible, or a love that came out of desperation, or a love that came from like really like going the long haul, like running the gauntlet with somebody, because everyone feels like they're entitled to something after a certain amount of time, which is when he was like, where is this going? We've been together for this minute. I was like, what does that mean? So does that mean that if I'm with you for a certain amount of time, am I allowed to look at a woman and go, hey babe, we've been together for this long, man. It's about time that you start bringing other women into this bedroom for some threesomes, and it's about time that you give me that week off of complete silence where I don't have to hear you nitpicking and nagging, or it's about time in our relationship where you just go somewhere for a little while and leave me in peace. I mean, we can't say those things, can we? Because it's not considered to be love, is it? But then again, what everything a woman says is considered to be what real love is. And that's something that I've always had a problem with. But when it comes to Patrice, a lot of people will listen to him and just think that he is just really, really speaking with hateful feelings towards women. It's not. It's keeping them honest with us, you know, and honest with themselves first and foremost. Because a lot of females seem to be under this, you know, weird delusion that they have this entitlement because of who they are as women. And not to say that some men don't have that same entitlement, man, but there are these asshole dudes are a lot more, you know, aggressive, and their feelings and thoughts are very much misguided too. They exist. Don't ever think I'm not saying they don't exist. But you know what? I think that a lot of people really need to start being honest with themselves and their significant others, you know, and start making it really, really known what it is that they're about and what they want and how they feel about things. Because men are already becoming obsolete now. Men are becoming insignificant, not just to women, but themselves. Because like, which direction do I go? Like, where do I go from here? How do I feel now? Because everything is just emptiness, like a hollow shell of what you once were, you know, and that's very dangerous, you know, because you never know what guys are out there that are gonna snap one day, and next thing you know, massacres, anger galore. But yeah, man, I'm going to cut it off right there, man. One more time, Patrice O'Neal with A Man's Love. And if you like that reaction, please like, comment, and subscribe to your boy. Keep everything going, like I always say. So yeah, man, I was very glad to get to some more Patrice, man. Like, he's got some clips that I haven't seen before, man. And it's kind of weird because when you think that you're a big fan of somebody, you think that you've seen it all. But nah, I'm a big fan of George Carlin. He's my #1 favorite comedian of all time, and there's still things from him I haven't seen. So definitely got to get to more Patrice and George Carlin for real. So yeah, man, it's gonna be ABTV signing off. One more again here. Patrice, man, may you rest in peace, man. You were way ahead of your time when it comes to relationships, man. And it just goes to show you that the more that men speak from here instead of letting this take over, because, you know, man, it's like, I always said this, and many people don't get it listening to me, but I always try to like articulate it the best way I can. But when it comes to relationships, you never bring your heart to a brain fight. You know what I'm saying? And you never bring your brain to a heart fight, because there are differences. And for the most part, women can be very manipulative and vindictive about how they argue with you and how they make their points and how they hold, you know, certain parts of them hostage, you know what I'm saying? Just to try to belittle us and make us powerless and defenseless. But you know what? Men do the very same thing, just in a different way. And accountability is the one thing that I think is missing from a lot of relationships of all kinds. Relationships between, romantic relationship between a man and a woman, best friends, family connections, career, you name it. You know, there's a lot of phoniness going on, and it needs to be nipped in the bud, you know. But if you don't get it there, you know, you're gonna be letting years go by, and then that bitterness will take over, you know. At least that's what I've, you know, come to find out from my experiences anyway. Not giving anybody advice, I'm just telling you my experiences and offering my opinions, you know, because that's all anyone in this world, including myself, is qualified to do. So yeah, man, thank y'all for tuning in one more time. I hope y'all had some fun with your boy. Love and appreciate y'all. Peace.